John Sullivan, the character of John Sullivan.
Yeah.
You're asking me, are they similar?
Yeah, can you, yeah, they sound like this.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be embarrassed here. I don't think I have a good answer for you. I think that maybe the closest thing to that episode was in communicating to Carter last season, and not having a chance to have said what he wanted to say to her, and then getting that opportunity was similar to the movie Frequency. For all of you Mets fans out there,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Next question, man.
Hi, my name is Nicole. My question is for Amy and Sarah. When Rude and Shaw are reunited, what would you think the first thing they would say to each other would be? Also, I love you.
Well, I love you. What do I think would be the first thing they say?
We already know.
What took you so long, bitch? After a long time in captivity, what took you so long?
Next question. Okay,
Yeah, hi. First of all, Jim, you're a badass, John Reese, and I love you, Frequency too, Lucci. My question is for Mr. Emerson. As somebody who's had a neck and back injury, I dealt with with being able to move around, and I just wanted to ask, I'd first say that your performance, I really appreciated. Just how the physicality of it, and did you ever, have you prepared for that, or?
Well, I knew when I read the pilot script that he had some physical infirmities, and that it was kind of up to me to pick them, so I tried to pick something that played strongly, but wasn't going to tie me in knots so badly that I would require physical therapy. But over the course of 5 years, it's funny how you slip into a thing like that, and there are days when it's harder to stop doing it than to do it, if you know what I mean. I struggle in the flashback scenes pre-injury to turn my head left and right, and to walk on both feet equally. It's a tricky business, and it has psychological ramifications, as you know. So.
Yeah, because even here, I'm watching the film, or watching them like this, trying to go back and forth. One last thing for Amy, real quick. Root with God in her ear versus another God, Illyria. What happens there?
I don't know. I may have to go with Ruth.
Thank you.
Next question on that side.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and I'm from Montreal, Canada. And I just wanted to say, the Rude Shaw representation is so amazing. Thank you so much for talking about it, Sarah.
Yes, and thank you to Warner Brothers and the CBS for allowing us to go there. By the way, Greg, you can pass that memo along.
My question is for you two. The characters you play very different from you guys. You're very happy and then not. How do you have a specific process for getting into character?
I have twins, and 7-month-old twins, and my character at the moment, she's, to say that she's tired is polite, because she's been through a lot. My life is parallels a little bit, I guess, to being in captivity with the marriage, and I don't know. Yes, torture. But the writing is so good on the show, and I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, but at least for me, I feel like every character that an actor plays, you have to try and tap into that part of you which is like that, and then again, not sleeping since March 1st definitely makes it more accessible.
Yeah, I definitely think, the writing is where you can always fall back to the script, and they give us so much, and they're always there to talk to you when we need help, and it's always like getting a little present when you get a script and find out what you get to do next.
Thank you.
Next question on the side.
I'm so nervous about that.
It'll be okay. We'll get through this.
Okay, so I was here last year, but Okay, the first question I have is, what kind of jobs did you all have before you became actors? What made you want to become actors? And what kind of struggles do you have to go through? And I'm always a good person, I always follow rules, so last year I did not get a hug from Jim Caviezel. I was told the same thing this year, that I could not get one. So Jim, can I get one? You would make my day, my year. It would be an early birthday present.
That's right, baby, I'm Elvis Presley. Come on up here. That's why I wanted to be an actor.
So everyone's job before they became an actor.
The whole damn thing has been hijacked.
Who should play this season, Greg?
Hi, my name is Christian. I came all the way from Puerto Rico, and I want to ask you, since my favorite part about the show is the epic quotes that the characters are able to say, and especially I wanted to know who writes the quotes for Greer and the quotes for Finch.
Greg, do you have a Greer guy and a Finch guy?
Yeah, we'll have to ask a writer. I don't know. No, I think we've really been blessed with an incredible writing staff. It's just been a real testament that we've had a number of people who've been with us from the very beginning. And the same thing I want to say about our crew. The number of them are actually here in the audience right now.
Hey, where is that? From back vocals here, Kate, Tony, Ryan. Stand up, guys. Where I am. Michael Pitt.
Stand up now, Roper.
Who's Matt? There's our man, Matty Roper.
He's, I think a lot of the people that work on our show are real fans of the show, and that's an honor. When you give it 13 episodes instead of 22, 23, you're never sure if they're all going to come back. And what I've heard from all the directors who go out and do our shows, how dedicated our crew is and how much they love the show. And I guess, we must not be doing something too bad from the writing standpoint. People are sticking around, and we got these lovely people making us sound good.
I also wanted to say, Amy, I love you since Dollhouse. It's awesome.
I think Reese found love.
So this question is sort of for everyone. There are quite a few times on camera when you guys are all eating or having dinner or something, or in Shaw's case, vigorously destroying sandwiches. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the logistics of that, and if there were any foods that you just can't eat anymore, because you had to eat that a ton of times for a bunch of takes.
You guys embrace on-camera eating, which I was just trying to avoid.
I love eating on camera. I do, because, I guess in my everyday life I try to be healthy, but Shaw's, she's not very forgiving when it comes to food. I mean, she'll eat anything. And so if I get an opportunity to eat, then I get to indulge in all the foods that I don't normally eat. Pancakes, waffles, steak on a knife, whatever.
Anyone else?
I have the opposite problem. I snack all day, so I'm just excited that I get to keep eating and having.
Thank you. Next question there.
Hi, I'm Maureen from Toronto, Canada. Big fan. I'm actually dressed as Shaw today.
Oh, yay!
Complete with bear. So, my question is, one of the coolest things about Person of Interest is how it speculates about the power of emerging technology, how it can be used and abused. Have any of the show's ideas or themes changed or had an effect on how you think of the world now, or your opinion on policies on technology or politics?
You didn't give that much thought, did you?
Besides being on camera.
One of the coolest things about the show, like just last week, Jim sent me an article about, rooftop cameras on all the police cars in the city, and we're constantly swapping stories now when stuff you can't believe. That I think I said something like Sarah, DARPA's putting chips in people's heads, and we're creating autonomous drones. It's nuts. It's all here, and we try to incorporate that into the show. And the fun thing is that oftentimes we'll write it, and then like 2 months later, something will come out and say, yeah, that's real, that's happening. And so I think that's always been a fun aspect of the show.
I just sent him an article on how they're coming out with police cars that they can see what you're doing in your car 100 meters away. He said, well, that's good, then they'll catch people texting. Yes, but there's also Pandora's box. There are a lot of other things that people do in their cars, and privacy is eliminated. The medical community, the things that you have on yourself that you might not want the world to know, well, they're going to be known about everything. And so what I love about this show is it delves into that. It seems like a great thing, but when you put it all in perspective, a lot of it's pretty bad.
Well, guys, unfortunately, our time is up. But first of interest, currently you can catch on the Season 1 through